Thank you for listening to Pow Block Podcast, the flagship Nintendo podcast of Boss Rush Network. Do you need even more gaming and entertainment in your life? Head over to bossrush.net where you can find news, reviews, creators, podcasts, and more focused around the content you enjoy.
Hello everybody, welcome to Nintendo Pow Block here on Boss Rush Games. I'm your host, the enlightened, excited ADV. Joining me is the gallivanting Gallatron himself, Mr. Jacob. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, Ed. How are you?
He is back, and I love that. The indie insider himself, Mr. Dan.
So happy to be back. Thanks, Ed.
And if you haven't read her writings or participated in the nano writing that happened last week, you guys surely have missed out. Please, everybody, welcome from Boss Rush Podcast, Stephanie. Hello.
Ooh, hey, speaking of back, I'm ready to roll. I've got a heating pack on my back because I am aging and I have back pain every day, so I'm ready.
Wow.
How are you guys? Stephanie, how was your weekend?
Weekend was great. Goodness, I'm like trying to even remember what I did. I had a game night with a friend, and just hung out with my son. Just the calm before the storm because it's my birthday week, and this upcoming weekend I'm gonna go check out the Encore, which is to me, brand new casino. It's a new casino in Boston. I haven't been there yet. And I haven't been to a casino since pre-COVID, and I don't know, it'd be nice to dress up. Like, I don't think I've worn a dress in 2 years. So, but yeah, that's kind of it.
That's funny. I was just at that Encore a couple weeks ago.
Oh, how is it? Is it like, hopefully it's not too many people? I heard it's pretty empty there, so it's safe-ish.
No, it's pretty crowded.
Oh, damn it. All right. Well,
it's a casino.
Yeah. We're talking about people who smoke cigarettes and don't care about their health, so.
Oh, I don't know if they allow smoking in there.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah.
All right, sorry, side tangent. Okay.
We'll go to Nintendo Pow Block, Stephanie. Dan, you have been gone. You've been having on hiatus. How was your weekend? How are you doing?
Yeah, we miss you.
I'm doing well. It's just been a couple of crazy months, with my career and personal health and all that stuff. Got it all out of the way and I'm back. Weekend was good. What the hell did I do? I can't even remember what I did.
I don't feel so bad anymore.
Yeah, I think Ariel and I went out one night for dinner and drinks, and aside from that, just hung out, worked on the yard. Pretty easy stuff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Jacob, how was your weekend?
My weekend was pretty good. I got saved by daylight savings time. I totally forgot to set my alarm for an appointment that I had early in the morning and woke up, and before I even opened my eyes, it was like, oh God, because I knew I was waking up to nothing. There was no alarm, so I was like, no, and then I looked, and I would have been late if it had not been daylight savings time, and it was an hour before my appointment. So I was like, ooh, okay, that's good.
Nice.
So, yeah.
But that's never a good feeling. I don't know why it happens.
Oh, that's good. Well, for me, I of course worked a lot this whole weekend. I was getting ready to shimmy myself off to Best Buy to be like, I'm getting Forza 5 to play with everybody. Got to Best Buy, looked up my phone to go get ready to get the order. Your stuff is not ready yet. Mirror, what? My version of Forza 5 don't come out until Tuesday.
Oh.
So everybody who had the premium edition on Game Pass or the premium edition for Forza Horizon 5, they were able to play it. So I had to shimmy myself right back to the house to be like, can't get my Forza until Tuesday. But then thought about it, be like, well, I would have really been able to play it because by the time it got done installing and adding everything that it needed added, I had to go to work. But I did play some more Voice of Cards, getting that stuff, and who I cannot wait for playing with Power to tell you guys about it because I finished the game again, and I'm kind of shocked that I I'm kind of still shocked that more people are not talking about it. Like Forza and Mario Party has been the talk of all last weekend, and it's funny looking at the sales data about how Mario Party is doing, where it's kind of like I can't believe it's like in this position and everybody is talking about it, playing it, trying to invite people to come play with them. So it's kind of just weird, but yeah, that was kind of my weekend. Um,
What were the
no,
numbers? How well did it do?
it ended up on number 3.
Oh, nice.
So in Call of Duty, Vanguard took number 1, where FIFA 22 got second place. And then everything else was kind of like for Switch. Like Minecraft for Switch is still selling on it, and I'm like, wow, this is interesting. So yeah, but yeah, just see everybody playing Forza, and I'm nervous with Forza Horizon 5 because I want to. My biggest thing is I want to hear the soundtrack, and no one has talked about the music about that game. So that is kind of my concern. Oh, and Guardians of the Galaxy people have been playing too. So
Yeah, that's a
I
good soundtrack.
so I'm thinking I know by everybody's good word, it looks like I need to get it. But I think I'm gonna wait for Black Friday because I know that's coming up in a couple of weeks. But man, I think I kind of like ruined myself in a way because there's not a lot of Black Friday games that I want.
I feel like I already own all the Black Friday games and I'm pissed about it.
Exactly. like Resident Evil Village and Lost Judgment is 2 games that I need to get, and Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't need to touch anything for Nintendo because I pretty much got it. Like Pokemon is coming, Shin Megami Tensei, which boggles my mind. It's going to be this weekend that I'm getting.
So excited for
Wait,
that.
so Guardians is part of a Black Friday sale?
I don't know. I hope it
Oh.
is.
It's
I was
not.
gonna say like that'd be too soon. But I will say this, Ed, like and there's a review that we posted on bossrush.net. But Guardians is a great game, but it's definitely a game you can wait for a sale on. I don't think it's so groundbreaking. You need to get it. Sorry, day one.
Did they fix Star-Lord's voice actor by replacing him?
Oh, shade. Top tier shade.
I'm sorry. I just ever said like that was my big takeaway from the original announcement of Guardians of the Galaxy was I hated his voice actor. So, anyways,
Yeah, I just try to tune it out.
I brought the sass tonight. Sorry.
So, but everybody, we're gonna get into Snacktendo. Dan, since you have been gone for so long, what have you been snacking on?
Oh, let's come back to me. I got to think about it.
Oh, well, Jacob, what have you been snacking on?
Well, I actually have a 2-part Snacktendo for myself. Today actually, I treated myself to some Hawaiian Brothers Molokai, a meal. So it's basically Molokai is just like a way that they prepare chicken, I guess, and it's very spicy, and then it was on a bed of white rice with like macaroni salad and stuff. I've really have been obsessed with Hawaiian Brothers lately, so I decided to treat myself to that. But the other part of it is my dog Gannon. I signed him up for BarkBox, the Super Chewer edition, because apparently they have like a lifetime warranty on their toys. They'll replace it for you, and he destroys toys. So I was like, yes, this sounds great. And they send you little snacks with it as well. And he had a pumpkin and honey like a beef jerky stick thing, which I was very confused about, but he loved it. He actually loved it more than just the regular beef jerky ones that they sent as well. So highly recommend BarkBox. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's
Okay.
cool. His next one's coming in a couple days, and I'm excited to see what it is.
I do bark box all the time too.
Yeah, dude, it's neat, man.
It's
Except
awesome.
they sent like a little hoodie for him, which this is a weird thing.
Oh.
Originally, when I signed up, I'd signed up and they're like, you get a free dog bed. And I was like, great, Ganon doesn't have a dog bed because he destroys all of them. And then they didn't send the dog bed. Instead, they sent a hoodie, but they sent the hoodie for a small dog, and Ganon's a large dog. And like, I signed up properly, like he's listed as a large dog. And so I had to email them, and they were like, "Oh gosh, sorry about that. Yeah, we'll send out a new one. So hopefully he gets something cute."
Oh, well, Stephanie, what have you been snacking on?
My cat is now very grumpy. She wants a bark box, maybe a meow box, but I don't think such thing exists.
Oh, it should though.
Anyway. So I made for a friend's birthday because I haven't baked in a long time. Baking is kind of my thing. My son and I are trying to bake through America's Test Kitchen cake book.
Nice.
So I made a friend of mine a chocolate whiskey tart with whiskey whipped cream.
Oh.
And
It's died.
light, so it's not like taking a bite.
For those who
you'll
are
be,
just listening, Ed is rolled completely back in his chair and in heaven.
Yep.
Ooh, I'm sorry, caught the
And
spirit with
I
that.
always start with dessert first. So yeah, it's mostly chocolatey, but has a little bit of that whiskey. And the whiskey I use is called Writer's Tears because why not? Just to give it a little zing. I also made homemade regular whipped cream for the kid-friendly version, if you know. And I also made it's called 3-cup chicken. And it's a Taiwanese dish that I experimented with, and it just tasted so good. I was very happy with the way it came out, and it just tasted like takeout, and I was a very happy person with a food baby.
Sorry. Oof. Let me come back to reality because all of that was good. Dan, what have you been snacking on?
Okay, so I couldn't really come up with anything because I haven't really been eating anything exciting. But for Halloween, we get like 2 bags at Costco. We get the bag of like chocolate candies, like M&Ms, Twix, Reese's, that stuff. And we get a bag of like other candies, Starburst, Sour Punch straws, Skittles, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So first of all, which one would you guys prefer? The chocolate one or the other one?
Chocolate.
So I'm gonna go with the other one because there's probably gummies in there.
Yeah, there's
And
gummies in there
twisters.
too.
Yeah.
I'd go chocolate as well.
Yeah.
So I'm with that on this one. And we put out a bucket like in front of our house, and we ended up just like going to a neighbor's house and doing a little bonfire, and we came back and the kids took all of the like good stuff, the gummies, the Sour Punch straws, all the Starburst, so we just left with chocolate. So now we just had this big bucket of chocolate snacks, and I have eaten like 1 million Reese's and Kit Kats in the last 2 weeks, and I am so sick of them.
Oh, you can just mail me the rest. I'll eat them all.
There's 1 Reese's left.
All right.
Wait, hold on. What are you saying?
Reese's.
No.
Yes, because it's Reese's Pieces.
No,
We've done this.
it's not. It's not Reese's Pieces. Pieces
It's
isn't a
absolutely
word.
Reese's Pieces. You can't
So-
tell me otherwise.
It's Reese's.
So there has been a discussion about this. So I say Reese's Pieces.
That's because you're correct.
No, and I think it's wherever you live at where you get that accent or that the way that they pronounce it. Wherever you live at and the way that they pronounce it, that's how you pick it up. They have
Makes sense because Dan and I are from the same area, and you know what I say? Reese's Pieces.
That Pieces isn't a word.
It doesn't
You
need to
of
be a
all
word.
people
it's
should
a
know this.
name. It's a name,
No,
not a
it's
word.
not.
Well, it's because if you say pieces, you're not saying, "Can I get a 2 pieces chicken?" wing, like from Popeyes. You're not saying anything like that. So you would think that by saying pieces, you would be like, okay, Reese's Pieces. Same thing as can I get two pieces
No,
of
it's
chicken?
not, because
Okay,
I
you know
want
what? We're
2
gonna break the
pieces of
tie.
chicken. I'm eating a Reese's Pieces because that's the name of the candy.
No, it's not. It's
I'm
a
not-
Reese's piece.
I'm
It's
not
a
ordering-
piece of Reese's.
I'm not eating a
Listen.
piece of a Reese's.
Yes, you are.
Listen. TMNT Dorko1 in the chat, who can finally hear us now. You're gonna break this tie. Do you say Reese's Pieces or Reese's Pieces?
Now, pieces as in broken up, or pieces as a Greek kind of wording, a mythology.
Coconut in
the
the
hell
chat
are you
says
talking about, Ed?
Coconut in the chat
Or
says a
pieces-
2
pieces
pieces chicken.
I mean, pieces as astrology or something like that. Like it has
Pisces.
to-
You're saying Pisces. That's what you're trying to say.
Are you thinking of
Oh.
Pisces?
Yeah.
How do you know?
This is like
I
the.
just clicked. I'm like, Pisces? Pisces.
I wouldn't be surprised if someone says Reese's Pisces.
Ed's trying to bring
Reese's
in
Pisces.
astrology. into
God,
this.
I would punch that person in the face, and I'm not a violent person. I'd just be like, it's not even close.
Yeah, I'd be swinging at him saying it's Pieces.
I know everybody
Oh,
probably falling
man.
out their chair and be like, when is it? Oh.
Say, what are they?
Well, before we get our answer, or while we wait for our answer, let me jump in. Was that all there that you stacked
Yeah,
up?
that's all. That's all. Just the
Okay.
Reese's.
So, shout out to Jack, Geek Bro 27? No. Shout out to Jack. Everybody knows him. Writer, contributor to Boss Rush
Yeah, we love him.
Network. Jack, shout out to you. He showed me a picture of this Mountain Dew gingerbread flavor. So I was just like, I have got to try this, because he said, Ed, are you going to try this for Snacktendo? And I was just like, I am on my way to go find this. I literally got up, went to the grocery store, because I knew a particular grocery store would have it, went there, got it, and came all the way back. And you guys can see pictures of it on my Twitter page at that Retro Code. And I drank one that was warm, just to get the taste to see how it is. So it does have a gingerbread taste, but it kind of fades away, and then it just starts tasting like regular Mountain Dew. They do sell it single, like in a 20-ounce kind of thing, and it's the same white as the Voodoo and the American flag one, and like that when they use that white looking liquid, it's that kind of the look to it. And I kept drinking more and more, trying this with like burgers, spicy stuff, cold, just getting a taste of it. And it hit me why it's okay, it's good, and I think people would like it, but it's nothing that's outstanding. It tastes like Coca-Cola. Literally Coke. Like regular Coca-Cola. That's how when you literally taste it and you get the aftertaste, you be like, wow, this really tastes like a warm, flat Coca-Cola. But then at the end, the Mountain Dew flavor kicks in.
Yeah, I don't know. My taste buds are getting confused.
I'm laughing at the wow. This tastes like a warm, flat Coca-Cola. Like,
I mean, because
wow.
it literally was hidden, because sometimes when you take the acid out of some pops and stuff,
Yeah.
you really can taste certain flavors in it because it's flat. You're not tasting all that acid.
Yeah.
And so I was tasting it, and I'm just like, yeah, it tastes like Coca-Cola. It's not on the level of a McDonald's fountain water Coca-Cola, but it's literally just like, this is a mixture of Coca-Cola and then with an aftertaste of Mountain Dew. It's not bad or anything, so to say. And I forgot to taste it with actual gingerbread just to see if it matches this stuff. But it's a small burst of gingerbread flavor, and then it's just regular Mountain Dew for it. But I did get some Kit Kat gingerbread candy, and it's kind of good. It literally does taste like gingerbread and better. I know there are certain kind of people who make gingerbread cookies and stuff. Like, and I gotta go back and find the Pepperidge Farms ones. I didn't get to go to the outlet store yet, but I'll probably do that this Thursday and get some. But it tastes like a gingerbread, and it's really good. They don't sell it individually like the 4 bars, little small one. They don't. It doesn't sell it like that. It's just like a whole bag of it. So it's the little unwrapped ones that you could do, like carry with you for a snack or something. Uh, but it's kind of good. I do enjoy it. The Mountain Dew gingerbread. I say if you could get it on a sale, get it. If you're curious to try it, uh, I say you may be able to get one of it. If you don't like it, don't pour it out. I think you can still drink it, uh, enjoy it for what it is, and go about. Because now people are starting to ask us about the cranberry Sprite, and the cranberry Sprite is really good. That one is really on point. So that has been my Snacktendo. Besides eating Domino's and Chipotle.
Can't go wrong with Chipotle.
Girl, that burrito bowl be the bomb big.
I think that's gonna be my dinner tomorrow.
Yeah. Shout out to Corey because we was talking Saturday. He was just like, we're having Mexican. I'm having a burrito. I'm like, I was just thinking the same thing at work. And he sent me a picture of his good old burrito. And I was just like, yes. And then I sent him a burrito bowl picture. So, but that's kind of what I've been snacking on. We're going to finally get into Game Fact events. Dan, you have the Game Fact events, so go ahead, take it away.
All right, so this is just kind of relevant to a game I picked up, which we'll talk about and playing with power, but it's a Popeye game that's absolutely terrible. And I am like loving every second of it because it's so bad.
So you did buy it?
Oh, yeah. So here's a quick fun fact. Miyamoto created Mario while developing the game Donkey Kong in an attempt to produce a best-selling video game for Nintendo. However, he wanted to create the game and use the character Popeye, Bluto, and olive oil. At the time, Miyamoto was unable to acquire a license to use the characters and would not until 1982 with Popeye, which is the remake of this game. So he would end up creating an unnamed player character along with Donkey Kong and lady known as Pauline. The unknown player ended up being Mario. So quick game fact advance, but Mario could have been Popeye, and who knows what would have happened to that franchise.
Wow, and I thought I knew everything about that history. Nope.
Well, it's kind of weird because Popeye did eventually come to Nintendo, but it actually started off on the Atari. There's a Atari version of Popeye that Nintendo ended up getting, and it's a very weird game. You can go ahead and look it up. Reason why I know this is because my mom owned this game on the Atari 2600, and I played it to death. So yeah. Well, thank you for that Game Fact events, Dan, which reminds me, it's time for Faminews. Dan, take it away again.
All right. First one up, Animal Crossing DLC dropped 2 days early, you guys. It was the free DLC update to 2.0. That was the one that brought like Cap'n over and Brewster with the coffee shop, as well as just like all the small changes as getting more storage and just a ton of updates. And the paid DLC ended up releasing on the scheduled day of Friday, but we don't really have an answer as to how or why it dropped 2 days early. But I'm an Animal Crossing player. Jacob, I know you're kind of getting back into it. What did you think of this, Jake?
So I was actually in the middle of streaming Pokemon, and then somebody in my chat was like, "Oh, I think it was you. I think you popped into my chat," and we're like, "Oh, no, you popped into the Otter Kingdom Discord," and we're like, "Hey, 2.0.0 is live." And I was like, "Oh!" And I stopped stream, or I didn't stop stream. I stopped playing Pokemon, switched over to Animal Crossing, and I like it. I will say, like, It solves a lot of problems. It doesn't solve my biggest problem with Animal Crossing New Horizons, which is that the crafting system is so slow. You still can't craft multiple items at once. You still can't craft anywhere from your inventory that's in your house. Like you can make a store. They kind of put a band-aid over it. They were like, here's a storage thing that you can put anywhere on your island and it'll access your house's inventory. But like you still have to go to the storage thing and open it and go through your inventory and grab the items you want. But
was crafting in bulk something that was in the previous games?
No, so crafting is new to this game, and I know why, because like I love Nintendo so much, but they're very slow to do anything and adopt anything, and so like I get why they haven't like done this because it's like an immersion thing, but it's still it's like a quality of life thing that should have happened a long time ago. I do feel sorry for all of the people that were like, ooh, Animal Crossing DLC, I'm gonna restart my island. And then now they're like, everything new is like 100,000 bells. And like they're gouging, but it's for people like myself who have 600 plus hours in it. It's like, oh, 100,000 bells. Let me just dip into my 30 million bell wallet and pull out 100K, no problem.
Yeah, I feel like they definitely geared a lot of that update towards the people who cracked out 400 hours in April and March of 2020.
Oh, for sure. I don't think we've started talking about it yet, but the paid part of it is the part that I really, really like. I really like the Happy Home Paradise Island thing. That is just so much fun. That gives me like a purpose in Animal Crossing each day. I log in and I do a character's house and like make it perfect, and then that'll be like my completion of that day. And so it's cool. And Cappen's back. That's the best part. Cappen is back. He sings to you. It's beautiful. There's a lot of people that have like started doing like metal and rock covers of Cappen's songs, and it's great.
And you can clap your hands while he's singing.
Your hands. It's so cute. Oh God, I love it so much.
I know. I heard KK Slider got some cuts now.
Got some cuts. He got some new songs.
I guess so.
He did, and I didn't know that. And I had all of the albums, and then Saturday happened, and I forgot to ask him for a new song.
Yeah, people have been just like, oh, I love the song, and they've been playing it. Like I went to go on YouTube hear some of it, and be like, oh, all right, Nintendo, all right, KK Slider.
Yeah, I randomly got back into Animal Crossing like a month before this update, and I'm actually enjoying it so much more because I'm playing it the way like Animal Crossing's supposed to be played, like 20 minutes. You kind of just pick up your stuff and do your kind of daily things, find your DIYs. So instead of just like 3 hours of like building an intense project. So I've been enjoying that, and I really like the update with just like having everybody on Harv's Island again. That's awesome. I haven't tried the paid DLC. I do have it. I don't know. I haven't tried it yet, but I probably will get around to it. Stephanie or Ed, do you guys play at all, or do you plan on playing?
Nope.
So at this time, I'm going to pass on it due to the fact of so much other stuff that I have in my backlog that I need to get through. So and plus playing stuff on N64 and on Sega Genesis Online that I have never played before. So Animal Crossing is kind of taking a sit back. I am glad that I do have the expansion due to Nintendo Switch Online with this expansion pack. If they take it away, I'll just end up spending the $25 and getting it. But for right now, yeah, it's just on the back burner for right now.
Nice. All right. Well, last week, I think it was on Thursday, Nintendo released their quarterly financials, which they always do every quarter. Nothing really new there. They're still just killing it. The top 10 has stayed the same with Ring Fit Adventure at number 10. Mario Kart 8 has put a little bit of a gap in between first and second with Animal Crossing. I really thought Animal Crossing could have taken number one at some point, but it looks like that's not going to happen. And speaking of Mario Kart 8, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has now surpassed Mario Kart Wii for the best-selling Mario Kart game ever. Any surprise for you guys? Do you think it can keep going, or do you think a Mario Kart game will ever beat it, or what's next for Mario Kart?
I think it's doing. I think the numbers are going to continue to rise. With it, definitely when it gets closer to the holidays, people, if the Switch OLED, more of those come out, people are going to be buying it because they want to see, uh, take that game on the go, sitting on that big bright crisp screen and stuff. I think Mario Kart 8 is going to be selling for a good while until maybe next year that they announce 9, probably for E3. But right now, I think the numbers are just going to continue to grow.
I agree with Ed there. It's a little like honestly, it's not surprising to me, given how Mario Kart 8 just always just it's just the momentum that keeps picking it up, and it almost makes me wonder because of how impressive Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has been. Is if Nintendo, they'll probably release Mario Kart 9 next year, or at least announce it, right, Ed? But I always kind of wondered, given how successful this is, like, would they consider doing something more like a season pass or something instead of future installments of 9, 10, 11? But I don't know.
Yeah, I was actually just sitting here thinking about like I feel like so Nintendo recently has gotten a very bad rep with like money grubbing because of the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack. But it's really funny because in the same sentence you can say, yeah, they're money grubbers, and also they haven't released any DLC at all for their most popular selling game on the Nintendo Switch. And it's weird that they also haven't announced a Mario Kart 9. So like I'm interested to see what next year brings, because I feel like if they don't capitalize on that in any way, it'll be a very Nintendo thing to do, but it'll also just be like it'll be so weird to see them like that like dichotomy of they want is your money, they don't even put effort into anything, and then also like okay, they just want you to have this game that's been the same and everyone's buying it, but they're not gonna make extra money off of it because they don't want to. Like why? I don't get that. I honestly, financially, I feel like it's smarter to release DLC with like
Hmm.
4 new cups, not just 4 new tracks, 4 brand new cups, and like new characters with 4 tracks per, and be like here's a $30 DLC pack, and everyone that has Mario Kart 9, even if half of them bought it, like that'd just be
Hmm
instant money in your pocket. So it's crazy.
Yeah, I wish they would just do like just like keep adding on to it, like you said. I would pay $20 for new tracks, like, or even how like Mario Kart, or not Mario Kart, Mario Golf and Mario Tennis Aces has those like online ranked competitions, and you can
hmm
unlock skins and costumes and stuff for the characters. Like I would love to see that in Mario Kart. Like Mario Kart Tour has awesome skins for all the characters.
Yeah.
So I would like to see something like that, but
And I think Nintendo or the developers who's making like Mario Kart, they're probably thinking of what new tracks can we make, what new games can we take? Because like you think about it, Mario Kart 9, okay, we could do 3D World, we could do Odyssey. Yeah, we may be doing Star Road, but maybe we do Star Road from the Super Nintendo version and like really make it real cool, and maybe it tears you upside down or something. Like I think they're thinking of different ways on how they go about the tracks and adding different gameplays, testing the drifting, the speed, and everything. And it's probably going to be like, yes, we are going to add some more stuff to this, and hopefully, if you guys pick it up for $25, if we do like a season pass thing, or if you got NSO expansion, you might get it free there. Um, they're probably thinking of new ways that they're going to expound on this. Because don't forget, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is pretty much a port of an old game. So they probably want to make sure that if they deliver a sequel, they're delivering a brand new experience, and probably put in everything from 8 and then add more to it. So you might be able to finally play as Link motorcycle without having to do anything to it. It's just there.
Mhm.
Gotcha. Yeah, speaking of their financials, during their investor presentation, the Switch has obviously been extremely successful. They have a lot of cash to invest, a lot of which will be used towards their video game business. Whether this means acquisitions, more partnerships, or growing organically, we just don't know. And they put like a little graphic out on this, kind of talking about where they're going to disperse their money. So it looks like up to 100 billion yen they can expand game software development frameworks inside the Nintendo group. Up to 50 billion yen pursue business opportunities that have affinity with game business. Example like visual content. And then up to 300 billion yen maintain and expand relationships with consumers centered on Nintendo accounts. That one's kind of surprising to me. Build infrastructure and continue to forge partnerships. So, taking a look at this graph and seeing that they're saying this stuff, where do you think they're going to go with this? Because they have made so much money over the last 2 years with Switch and their software and their hardware.
So I think acquiring studios, like smaller studios, like I like I said, because of the success of Metroid Dread, I think they're going to probably acquire Mercury Steam if Mercury Steam wants to be bought, because they have a good business practice with them. I think that would be the only one that they do partner with, like they do buy if it comes to acquisition. I think part of their money is still going to be with them letting other Japanese developers develop games for them. So Platinum Games, Bandai Namco, Koei Tecmo, Capcom. I think they're going to still follow that route. That way, they know that if they're investing money for this title, it's exclusively to them, and Nintendo has the final say about anything and everything for it.
Do they own Grezzo
Yes, they do own Grezzo. They ended up
right
buying
now?
Grezzo. Yeah,
Nice.
I think they ended up.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I think they ended up buying them after Link's Awakening.
Okay.
The remake. I think they ended up buying them for it. Definitely that one partnership that they had with, is it Focus that they had their partnership in, or some company they invested some money in. And I cannot think about it. I know we talked about it here on Pow Block, but uh they probably got that investment in to like bring more exclusive games to their system and things. Uh I think they're probably going for the visual stuff with the movies and everything. So we may get a Fire Emblem anime. We may actually get a Legend of Zelda TV show that's not on Netflix. It may,
Yes.
it may be something that they actually do with Hulu, or they probably would do, like they probably make their own Nintendo TV stream. I have a feeling that if they get into the Legend of Zelda, Nintendo is going to be on set every day. They're going to keep that in control, and they know that if they don't do it on TV, they said, "Here we go. Here's four or five episodes on Blu-ray for 19.99. People are going to buy it. They're not just going to stream that much. They're going to go out and buy it, and so that's going to be more revenue for Nintendo to make money on. So I think they're probably going to be doing a lot of stuff, looking at different values. I think a lot of this money is definitely going to be for research and development, not just for their new systems, but just for their other businesses in general.
Nice. What about you, Steph? What do you think?
And I was looking at the cash utilization slide. Where do you think expanding their online service would fall under? Maintain and expand relationships with consumers? I don't know. So what I would wish, because I really don't actually see it fall into any category here, I don't know, it's kind of vague, is I would hope they'd invest more on their online service and the strength there. Like, it doesn't have to be like Game Pass. It doesn't have to be like, PlayStation Plus. But I still
Mhm.
feel like there's still room to grow. Like, I know Nintendo likes to be in their niche markets. They like to be unique. So I'm definitely not asking them to change that, but I just feel like it still could be strengthened or invest money to further enhance their current expansion pack. I just kind of wish they would just beef that up a bit more, you know, as people like to online game and 5G and all that stuff. I don't want to get into that rabbit hole, but I would say other than that, I would agree with Ed with just R&D with, new software and stuff like that.
All right, Jacob, lay a hot take on me.
I don't know if I have a hot take necessarily. I feel like Nintendo is trying to go the route of getting themselves out of brick and mortar stores. I feel like they're trying to, especially with their wording about Nintendo accounts. I feel like they're trying to lean more towards being able to provide things directly to the consumer. I do like the idea that Ed suggested of them providing their own streaming service. The Pokemon channel, Pokemon Company has the Pokemon channel, and you can watch, not in the easiest way, but you can watch a lot of the old Pokemon animation and animes and movies and some of the new episodes as well. But I fully buy into this idea that they're trying to get away from brick and mortar. I fully buy into the fact that they're trying to take out the middleman and have all of that profit come directly to them, because then that'll just increase their winnings. The like the pie in the sky person in me is like, oh, what if they take the Microsoft approach and they're like, you know what? We have so much money. Let's build a console that all of these fans have been asking for, the powerful Nintendo console that's just as good as the other guys, and let's take a loss on selling it, and it'll be okay because people will buy it and we'll make it up in software, and they'll never do that.
Switch Pro.
Yeah, right. Like I'm hopeful for that. But
it's funny. It's funny that you mentioned like a powerful Switch, and you still see people still streaming like Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of weird that when it comes to power with Nintendo, people are still seeing the old stuff being streamed on, like Chrono Trigger, or seeing Secret of Mana or Final Fantasy and stuff. And it's like, when it comes to power for these bigger consoles, the most power that I'm being seen is used for Fortnite or Dead by Daylight. So it's just like, you guys got these powerful systems and everything, but are you displaying the game that's showcasing that power? Because I would love to see a 4K version that someone's streaming of Mass Effect, but I'm not seeing that.
So
like, I want.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Finish your.
Yeah, because like, even with Call of Duty Vanguard coming out, I mean, that's probably gonna be a beautiful game, and Battlefield 2042 is probably gonna be a beautiful game. But who is going to be streaming that? That's going to be so popular that people need to go check that out.
Well,
and if they're not, go ahead.
I think the question of who's going to be streaming that is pretty self-explanatory, because those categories are always very high up, and I think for me personally, and for a lot of people, it's less the graphics, because Nintendo has always been very good at making their art style work for them over their graphic capability. But it's gotten to the point where, like, there are games that could be coming to Switch, but even if they do, people won't buy them because they run at 5 frames per second. Like, it's more just the power behind being able to process this stuff. And I would love to see what Nintendo can do with a 60 frames per second, 120 frames per second Zelda. Like, it can look just like Breath of the Wild, because Breath of the Wild's beautiful. But imagine Breath of the Wild if everything loaded in right away and there was no pop-in, there was no, like, if you were biking around, you never had that point where or like flying really fast with the glider, where the game just stops and like waits to load everything. Like, it's more just the technical side of it that I'd like to see, because Nintendo's always been great at graphics.
It's the Pikmin 3 effect, where everybody was just like, when they looked at the Wii, they was just like, no, this is just 2 GameCubes taped together. But then, they got Mario and all of these other games. And then Nintendo touches HD, and everybody is drooling over the fruit of how realistic it looks on Pikmin, or how the water effects is looking. And it's just like, if Nintendo touches something that's Nintendo touches 4K, everybody's going to be paying attention from every industry, from Sony, Microsoft themselves. They're going to be paying attention because they're going to be like, what are y'all doing? And how do we learn from what you guys are doing?
And it's funny because like I've said on this podcast before that like I feel like Sony and Microsoft have a deal with Nintendo where they're like, you're not allowed to make 4K. You're not allowed to be as powerful as us. Because the thing that you commonly hear like as a defense from Nintendo fans or as fans of Sony or Microsoft that also have a Switch, or they're like, well, the Switch has Nintendo games. Yeah, so if the Nintendo games could also play all of the games that your Xbox or Sony or PlayStation could play, why would you have a PlayStation or an Xbox? Like, just buy the Switch and play all of them, or buy Switch Pro and play everything on one console. And like, it's almost like it's not fair because their IPs are so good that they can just take over. They could just take over if they were allowed to be as powerful as everything else, but they don't want to be.
I think for the last thing, I think Nintendo wants to make the experience memorable, and they want to make sure that whatever quality that they bring out, that it has a lasting impression for you. Because you could have a big, best looking game being done, but everybody's yet still talking about Wind Waker.
Yeah.
Awesome. We're kind of running a little long on news, so I'll just go over a couple of headlines. Last week you guys on Pow Block talked about Lego Luigi's Mansion, and Nintendo said there's no more, but now they're releasing Bowser Jr.'s Clown Car, Doria's Beachfront, Big Urchin Beach Ride, Lego Super Mario Characters Pack. So, typical Nintendo stuff. They're saying they're not going to do something, and then the next week more stuff comes out. And then, one of the big stories going around the internet right now is the NVIDIA leaks, and Final Fantasy Tactics could be remastered. I really want this to happen, but Jacob, I think you know where I'm going with this. I don't want to see it go to a PC and mobile type thing like they did with the Pixels remasters. Yep. So the remaster apparently will be released, or I should say allegedly be released, on the Epic Game platform, and has a placeholder of 2023. So do either of you guys have any quick thoughts on either of these stories?
So for the Lego thing, I love seeing Mario in a clown car, and I'm just like, oh, I will buy that because I love the clown car from the Mario games. As for Final Fantasy Tactics Remaster, I think it's gonna go everywhere if they do decide to bring that out. I think there was just so much stuff that Nintendo has got from Square Enix that it's kind of hard to be like, well, you guys got like about 3 or 4 projects coming to the system before anybody else. So unless Nintendo could snag that announcement and put it in the Nintendo Direct, we're not going to see that anywhere else. Now, if Microsoft was really smart, I'm sorry, Nintendo, but Microsoft, y'all got that money. Get Square Enix to talking. Get them to talking, because if Sony does it, Sony does it, we're not seeing them on Switch for a good while if that happens. But if Microsoft could get Square Enix to talk, then we'll probably have a bigger chance seeing it come down the line after it releases on Microsoft's platform. That's the only way that we're going to get Final Fantasy Tactics Remastered. Now, like I said, if it show up in the Nintendo Direct, the first 2 things will happen. Can we get an amiibo for that game? And can we know when we're getting physical with a complete soundtrack that comes with it? Even if it's a digital soundtrack.
I would buy a Ramza amiibo.
Yeah. Like, people are going to hit that. People are going to nag the mess out of Square Enix, and they will pay the $60 for that game.
All right, last quick news piece. Not really a news story, just kind of a little tip. Nintendo dropped online their Black Friday sales. We get a Black Friday bundle. You can buy a Switch for $299.99 with Mario Kart 8 as a packing game. You could Save $20 on Breath of the Wild, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, Mario Maker 2, Link's Awakening, Splatoon 2, Paper Mario, Kirby Star Allies, Fire Emblem 3 Houses, Astral Chain, and Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. And Ring Fit Adventure is $25 off. This is all on the website, Nintendo.com.
And
that's it.
I did want to throw one other thing out there because it's breaking and I care about the game a lot. Pokemon just dropped a tweet about basically announcing Decidueye coming to Pokemon Unite. That's who it's got to be. That's who it looks like. It's a bunch of like grass arrows being fired out of it. And it says knock knock, who's coming to Pokemon Unite? Knock spelled N-O-C-K, like knocking an arrow. So yeah, that's super cool. Decidueye is coming to Pokemon Unite.
This just in. Very
Bam.
nice.
Breaking news.
Yes.
This will be old news by the time you listen to it on Wednesday.
No, they haven't announced it yet. They won't. Pokemon, come on, talk. Listen, don't say anything yet.
All right, Ed, back to you.
All right. It's been a while, but everyone, it's time for another Pow Block Clubhouse Trivia featuring the Elite Block Agents. Yes. Are you guys ready? We have Dan.
I'm ready.
We have Stephanie.
Super ready.
And we have Jacob.
As ready as I'll ever be.
Yes. So if this is your first time tuning in to the Pow Block Clubhouse Trivia Show, the format goes like this. I ask everybody 5 questions, and whoever gets the most questions right will go last in our second portion. Whoever gets the least questions right will go first. And then our final question, all three contestants will have 1 minute to write down their answer. And then we'll go around and find out what they said. So it's 15 questions. So everybody, let's get ready. Also, the second portion is going to be 3 questions per contestant. So just directly to them. So you guys ready?
Let's do it.
I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Question number 1. What marketing tool does Nintendo use to advertise games coming to their platform? Is it A, Nindies at Night, B, Nintendo 9 games on the shelf on the wall, or C, Nintendo Direct? Jacob, you was first.
Nintendo Direct. C.
Correct.
Those other
Correct.
2 were amazing. I want
I
that.
I was like, man, I kind of like those.
No, yeah, for a moment I was like, oh God, I must not know anything about this. I don't know.
Now-
Very convincing.
Yeah.
Nindies at Night, or there used to be one called Night at Nindies or something like, I think Nindies at Night or something, where Nintendo during E3 will do a direct kind of thing for Nindy games that people can go and see. And then Nintendo 9 games on the shelf on the wall, everybody knows that's like 99 bottles of beer on the wall. Is a play on that.
Nice.
Number 2. Which Legend of Zelda offered Link a massive item if you follow certain steps? Is it A, Ocarina of Time, B, Breath of the Wild, or C, Spirit Tracks? Stephanie.
Ocarina of Time.
That is correct.
Woo!
And if people don't know that if you do certain steps, you get this massive sword that Link will be able to carry and fight bosses in.
Big Goron sword.
Big
Yeah.
Goron sword.
Yeah. All right. Question number 3. Which company did Capcom try to sue for copyright infringement? Is it A, Konami, B, Data East, or C, Level 5? Jacob.
It's C, Level 5.
And that's
Oh.
wrong.
I took a guess.
Daniel, Dan,
Konami.
and that's wrong. Well, I guess I got to give it to Stephanie.
Wait, Stephanie, you
Stephanie
gotta
wins by
guess.
default.
You gotta guess.
B!
Oh man.
Yeah.
I knew that the entire time.
So yes, it was Data East. They sued them because of their fighting game. They thought they ripped off Street Fighter. So they Capcom ended up suing them, but the judge ruled in Data East's favor for it. Number 4, Hideo Kojima made a game that uses solar technology. What is the Japanese name for it?
Oh,
Is it
put
A,
my hand back down.
Bokura no Tayo, B, Micho no, or C, Haro? Jacob?
Is it A? I feel like I know the English name, and I think that's the
Yes, it
closest.
is.
Okay.
It is
Wow, nice.
Bokura no Tayo.
It's Baktai, right?
Correct.
Yes. I loved that game.
C, Micho no is Uncharted for Sony PlayStation, and C, Haro is Halo in Japanese for Xbox. This is the final question. Right now, Jacob and Stephanie are tied up. So here we go. Number 5. What was, and still to this day, Satoru Iwata's signature saying and movement? Is it A, hello, B, holding up bananas, or C, directly to you? And if you answer this question correctly, you have to do the movement. Stephanie.
Oh, I didn't know about the movement part. My guess was that it was C, directly to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
How would he do it?
I just read it in his book. Can someone do that for me? Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Well, congratulations. Stephanie is in first. Jacob is in second. And Dan, you are in third. So you will be the first in this third portion of the game. Hopefully you guys are not on Twitter. On Twitch. Hopefully everybody who's watching it not give you guys the answers. So,
No.
You ready, Dan?
All right, let's do this.
Okay. So, the second portion is there's going to be 3 questions asked to you. If you get the third question right, you will get asked a bonus question. If you get it right, you get 2 points for it. So, here we go.
All right.
What exclusive Wii U game had gamers twirl and dodge you on a train as you fight? Is it A, Bayonetta 2, B, Devil's Third, or C, Fighting Force?
Can you say the question again? You broke up.
Oh, okay. What exclusive Wii U game had gamers twirl and dodge you on a train as you fight? Is it A, Bayonetta 2, B, Devil's Third, or C, Fighting Force?
Is it Bayonetta?
Correct.
Yeah.
It is Bayonetta. That was the first level. After the intro, you fall onto a train and you're beating up demons and stuff.
Nice.
Okay. Next question. Which Nintendo system was the first to allow purchases of digital titles in America? Is it A, Game Boy SP, B, Wii, or C, 3DS?
I think it was the Wii.
That is correct. Yes. Because you were able to buy virtual console games the day that the Wii came out on November 19th, 2006.
First one I bought was Final Fantasy VI.
Nice.
And I was
Nice.
blown away that I could play it on my Wii.
Yes. And our final question. Which fighting game has yet to appear on a Nintendo platform? Is it A, Clay Fighter, B, Fatal Fury, or C, Eternal Champions?
Is Clay Fighter?
And no,
No.
Clay Fighter showed up on the Super Nintendo.
Oh.
It was Eternal Champions, and that was on the Sega Genesis. That was from Sega. That was their own fighting game. All right, you did get 2 of them though, so you got 2 points on the board. So congratulations. Woohoo!
Yay.
Yes. All right, Jacob, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. Mega Man 1 consists of blank robot masters. Let me say that again. Mega Man 1 consisted of blank robot masters. What is the blank? Is it A, 8, B, 6, or C, 10?
Oh, Mega Man 1.
I love the Mega Man games. I wish I had this one.
Oh, I feel like I'm gonna get stumped by this because my
Let me ask again.
no, you don't have to. It's how many robot masters are there in the game? But my brain is saying 8. But then my there's a part that's like, yeah, but the first game had less because it was the NES game, and so I want to say 6, but I'm gonna stick with 8.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure, which makes me feel like I'm wrong, but yes, I'm gonna stick with it.
Okay, and I'm sorry, Jacob.
You had it.
When you said 6, that was the correct one. They didn't
Yeah.
start doing 8 Robot Masters until they went to Mega Man 2.
See, I knew that little voice in the back of my head.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
Next question. Shigeru Miyamoto designed and directed a port of a game to the NES. What is the name? Is it A, Rad Racer, B, Gyromite, or C, Kung Fu Master? Let me repeat the question again. Shigeru Miyamoto designed and directed a port of a game to the NES. What is the name? A, Rad Racer, B, Gyromite, or C, Kung Fu Master?
Rad Racer.
And sorry, Rad Racer was Square Enix. It was Kung Fu Master. It was called Kung Fu when it came to the NES. It was in a black box, and IRIM did the original arcade version. But Shigeru Miyamoto did a port. That way he was able to learn how to do side scrolling so he could do Excite Bike.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
So that's okay. You got a chance to get this one right and then get a bonus question.
Okay.
So here we go. Street Fighter II had many variations appear on the Super NES. It also appeared on another console under a different name. What was it? A, Worldwide Brawlers, B, Fighting Streets, or C, Cut Above the Rest? I'll read the question again. Street Fighter II had many variations appear on the Super NES. It also appeared on another console under a different name. What was it? A, Worldwide Brawlers, B, Fighting Streets, or C, Cut Above the Rest?
Worldwide Brawlers?
It's a cool question.
Oh my god.
So sorry. So it was called Fighting Streets, and it came out on the TurboGrafx 16. They changed the name on it.
Oh my gosh. What?
I thought it was gonna be that one because you're usually more clever with your with your like made up answers, and I was like, that's just Fighting Streets is just not something Ed would come up with.
Worldwide Brawlers made sense to me because it was like that's what you do is you travel around the world and fight people all around the world, and so I was like, I guess that's it, but I don't know. I did poor.
No, those are hard, dude. I don't think I would have answered any of those correctly.
As long as Stephanie doesn't, as long as I don't get Davided, where the next person has what? How do you gain hearts back?
Did you see that episode?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god. As long as Stephanie's questions aren't like, what does Mario pick up that counts as money?
Yeah. And then the other one's like, recite the Japanese national anthem.
Yeah, right. Like, oh my god.
Okay. Well, Stephanie, here we go. Right now, Dan has 2 Yoshi coins. Jacob has 2 Yoshi coins, and Stephanie's in the lead with 3 Yoshi coins. So here we go. The Final Fantasy series has a variety of iconic characters. It also has some iconic enemies. What enemy attack is identified when performed by the capturer? Is it A, 1000 Needles, B, Poise Satyr, or C, Dipping Often? I'll read it again. The Final Fantasy series has a variety of iconic characters. It also has some iconic enemies. What enemy attack is identified when performed by the capturer? A. 1,000 needles. B. Poisator. Or C. Dipping often.
1,000 needles.
Dan.
Oh, I thought it was I thought it was raising the hand. I
No.
totally Ignore that.
It was for Stephanie.
I was like, huh?
I even raised my hand on it too.
Oh, Dan.
Oh, that's great. It's been a while since I podcasted.
Okay.
So do I get a freebie? No, I'm kidding. I don't know if you have any backup questions.
No, I'll just give it to you. It's 1,000 needles. Go ahead. There was a correction in the chat.
Oh, yeah, sorry. So, JP Retrovaniacs mentions that Fighting Streets is a port of the original Street Fighter, not Street Fighter 2.
They have a picture of Street Fighter 2 though on it, so it might have been Fighting Streets 2 or something. I should say.
Gotcha.
But I know what he is talking about. Yeah, it's weird because every time they say Street Fighter 2 for TurboGrafx, they always say Fighting Streets. They never put a 2 behind it. It's very weird. So, but thank you, Retrovaniacs. I know what you mean. You are correct. So,
Dan, no more answering for Stephanie.
I needed that point.
So, Stephanie, here we go for the next question. Which company is still a part of Konami? Is it A, Ultra, B, Treasure, or C, Hudson Soft?
Say Hudson Sauce?
That is correct. Yes. They are part of Konami still.
Oh my gosh, you know what's even funnier? I was actually only asking to make sure that's what you said.
Yeah, I can see. She was asking.
Yeah, cool.
She was asking if you said Hudson Sauce.
Well, it sounded like she said, "Is it Hudson Sauce?" And then that's why I said yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Stephanie's round is just turning into a disaster.
All in
Jacob,
her benefit. Yep. I'm ready.
Last question, Stephanie. How many racing series have Nintendo created? Is it A, 9, B, 12, or C, 6? I'll ask it again. How many racing series has Nintendo created? Is it A, 9, B, 12, C, 6?
All right, and I'm going to assume when you mean series, like for example, Mario Kart is just one singular series.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think of what else they came out with. I'm not sure if I'll figure it out like in an hour, so I'm just gonna go with the middle and say 9.
That is correct.
Oh, cool! Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
Stephanie
so
killing it.
bonus question: can you name 3 that excludes Mario Kart, F-Zero, and Diddy Kong Racing? So you cannot use those 3. But can you name 3 others out of the 9?
Nope, because those are the 3 that I know. I'm just gonna say right now, nope. Jacob, do you want to answer?
Yeah, it's Excite Bikes. So the Excite series. I think they made like a Beetle racing thing, and also Donkey Kong Congo racing thing. That was a thing too.
Hey.
There you go.
Race 64. Come on.
Wave Race. I didn't play Wave Race.
So
No, I'll admit, I take shame on that. That was my first N64 game, so shame on me.
It was mine too.
So
Chat says Stephanie's wearing an earpiece.
So it's Mario Kart, Diddy Kong Racing, F-Zero, Kirby Air Ride, Excite Bike, Uniracers, Snowboard 1080, Wave Race, and Slalom.
Snowboard Kid.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. I should have known that.
Stunt Race FX. That makes 10. Yeah, I forgot all about Stunt Race FX. So, but I did give it to you, Stephanie, because you did get 9. So that is correct. So Stephanie is in the lead with 6 points.
I feel like
Dan
it's
and-
not deserved.
Dan and Jacob is in with 2. So, you guys got your phones out, pen or pad, YouTube chat. If you're
Oh,
checking
that's
this
right.
out,
Yep.
you guys need a minute.
The written exam. I'm ready. Hyrule
Yep.
Warriors. Oh, you can't see because of the light. Ah, there we go.
Nice.
Okay. Jacob, you ready?
I'm ready.
Dan, you ready?
Ready.
Stephanie, you ready?
Ready.
Chat, are you ready? Chat seems to be ready. Okay, here we go, everybody. Name 3 games that broke the Nintendo tradition in the game, or like in the series, or did something unexpected with their franchises on the Nintendo Switch alone. You must name what was done along with the game. So name 3 games that broke the Nintendo tradition in the game, or did something unexpected with their franchises on the Nintendo Switch alone. You must name what was done along with that game. And you have to name 3 games. So if you name one game and what they did, you can't use it again for another example.
Okay.
You guys have a minute.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Here we go.
Are we if we name the same game, like if both of us name a game?
That's completely fine.
Okay. All
That's
right.
completely fine.
Get that one out of the way real quick. Oh gosh, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if this counts as breaking the game, like breaking the genre, the system.
57, 58, 59. That is a minute. Hands down. Okay.
I don't even
Dan,
want to show mine.
Dan, I'm going to start with you.
I'll go with the low-hanging fruit and start with Breath of the Wild being an open world Zelda
Correct.
game.
Correct. That's one.
Fire Emblem is a game that 3 houses. This one introduced the rewind button. They didn't have this in previous ones where if your player died, you just didn't have him anymore. And this one you can actually rewind and replay a few rounds.
Okay, that's 2.
So I don't know which one to use here because I'll just go with Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go is the first Pokemon that didn't do like a JRPG style where you actually just kind of tap the ball to throw and catch the Pokemon. Does that work?
That's 3. That's
Yeah.
5 points.
All right.
Nice.
So you have a total of 7 points in the lead. Jacob, what are your 3 games?
I only got 2 written down. I had Breath of the Wild for its open world, climbable, and no items in it. Like you didn't have like standard items. And then I had New Horizons because of the terraforming aspect. You were able to completely customize everything on your island, which you had not been able to do before, even the island itself.
Okay.
So.
If you couldn't think of a third one?
No, my brain died on me. Unfortunately.
Okay, Stephanie.
And just real quick, sorry to interrupt, but JP Retrovaniacs asked, does Breath of the Wild count since it was technically made for the Wii U first?
Yeah, nobody owned a Wii U.
Yes, it's still technique. It's still technique. I'm still counting it.
Okay,
Yeah.
good, because my brain also just started to die, and I came up with Breath of the Wild. I'm not going to reiterate what Dan and Jacob already said. And the second one I wrote, I don't even know if it's accurate or not, but I literally was desperate and scraping for a second one, and I chose Mario Odyssey because of the use of Cappy and a possible second player. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I don't
That-
recall Galaxy doing that. So
Yeah, that would have been it. You couldn't think of a third one either. Okay, well, congratulations, Dan. You have won the game.
whoa,
Oh my
coming
god, he
in.
came back. There's a
Yes, he
lot of
came
people
in
in chat saying that Breath of the Wild shouldn't count for all of us. Would that still put
Oh,
Dan
I'm
in the
counting.
lead?
So I'm counting Breath of the Wild. Is because that I know there would have been a bigger discussion about it, and it really did do something different for it. So that's why I am counting it for it. You know, some people would, yes, I know that it's part of the Wii U thing. But I'm just gonna count it to make it easier. So
And real quick, again, I'm sorry, I'm just following the chat. Aaron said, let's see, oh, I lost it. Galaxy also had a 2-player mode. Could someone remind me what that was?
It was so
Someone could pick up the star bits for
and,
you.
and
Yeah.
I would still give that to Stephanie because you could only pick up the star bits. You could technically run around as Cappy. Like you control on Galaxy, you control the little icon on the screen. In Odyssey, you control like a
And-
character.
And normally in a Mario game, you don't start with no power up, and Cappy could be considered as a power up when you start the game.
Yeah.
So for Super Mario Odyssey, so I could go that route. I really can't believe that you guys didn't say Mario and Rabbids. That was literally unexpected that Nintendo did with Ubisoft
Well,
to allow
But
them.
that's not a
That's not
That's
like
part
an
of the
existing
franchise. That was the
series or
first.
franchise.
Right,
That was the
I
first
said-
thing.
Right, but I said that's unexpected with their franchises. They did something unexpected with their franchise. Nintendo allowed Ubisoft to
guess
do
that-
something like that.
I guess that makes
You know,
sense.
Nintendo has never let any other company besides the last game that they actually let someone do is Capcom. Like Capcom making the Legend of Zelda games, and Luigi's Mansion arcade game. They allowed Bandai Namco to make a Mario Kart arcade game. That's all. That stuff is unexpected because Nintendo did allow them to do that. And when you go to an arcade, you see like Luigi's Mansion, you'll see Capcom's name on it. You just don't see Nintendo's.
Yeah.
Lulu Sugaboo. Yes, I want Oracle games on the Switch too. Also, what's the Game Boy Advance one escaping me all of a sudden?
Minish Cap.
Minish
Minish
Cap.
Cap.
Yep.
So chat, did you guys get any of them right? Like, did you guys, post your scores in the chat? Let's see what you guys think. What you guys think of this one? Was it easier or was it still difficult or challenging?
This was reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I felt like my questions were a little hard, but that's just because I'm stupid and not because no, it's fine. No, yeah, this one was good. My brain, so with your like, what did the series do different thing with the last thing that we did? Immediately, I was like, oh, Kirby Star Allies had 4 players, and then again, voice in the back of the head was like, no, you dummy, that was done on the Wii as well, with like the you could stack on top of each other. But then I kept wanting to write it down because I was like, no, it's a thing, and it's not. And that's why I got like lost and only did 2.
Okay. Yeah, as much. That's why I was just like, what else did they do something that unexpected? Like Mario and Rabbids was way unexpected for Nintendo to allow Ubisoft to do that and be like, yeah, and yeah, let Mario have a gun. Like you would never have thought about that. So, but congratulations, Stan. Thank you,
Woohoo.
Stephanie. Thank you, Jacob. Stephanie, you came in with some with some points.
Yeah, some surprising answers from me or an assist from Dan.
So that with that, everybody, we're going to get into playing with power. Jacob, what have you been playing with power?
Yeah, so I am back on my Pokemon Unite grind. I've been really enjoying Pokemon Unite. Also, just been playing regular Pokemon. If anybody, I'm putting out a call because I made an angry tweet last night. If anybody out there wants to play Pokemon Unite with a team or just with somebody else, so that you're not having to solo queue, hit me up at Galatrad on Twitter. I am looking for anyone to play the game with because that like wants to take it seriously and try to get to Masters and ranked. Because I am so sick and tired of playing in solo queue and having like 3/5 of my team just messing around doing nothing. Other than that, I mean, I guess this is kind of like it's a little braggadocious, I guess, but I have the Switch OLED now. And
Ooh, pretty.
yeah, and it's amazing. It like the screen is great. I have an OLED screen on my phone. I'm kind of used to it, but the size, the real estate of the screen is so good. Like that alone is worth the price of entry for me. So I was playing Metroid Dread on it. I've been playing Animal Crossing, playing regular Pokemon, and yeah, just kind of back into that sort of kick.
Where did you were you strategic about obtaining the OLED, or did you just get lucky,
I got
or
lucky. So it's my Christmas anniversary and birthday gift from Becca, and I got she knows this, but I'm trying to find her a PS5. I got a tweet that was like, "Hey, PS5s are available on Best Buy." So I was like trying to get one, and it sold out before I could. And then out on a whim, I was like, "I wonder if the OLED's in stock." And it was. So then I texted her and was like, "Can I buy this?" And she's like, "Yep, use my card." And so that was, I went and picked
Very
it up
nice.
a couple days later. Yeah, I just got lucky, just mad lucky.
And you got the white one. Those things have been
Yes.
tough to find.
No, yeah, I wouldn't
Yeah.
have wanted to pick up I wanted the white one specifically. So
Yeah, I have my white ones. I have my white one standing right by my Switch, with the Joy-Con still in the box because I'm supposed to send him to Corey, but I'm waiting for him to get his Switch OLED. So, all right, Stephanie, what have you been playing with Power?
I'm falling a bit behind with my Nintendo games because I get distracted. Ooh, something shiny like Guardians, on my PS4, and I wanted to complete the medium on Game Pass because of like Halloween,
Yes.
whatever. So, but now that those are done, well, I'm still playing through Guardians, but like the urgency is kind of past. I want to
Mhm.
return back to my Switch and beat Metroid Dread. Believe it or not, I still have not beat it. I think I'm about halfway there, so I'm still very much interested. I just kind of put it down, just again got distracted, and I still need to get through Firewatch. I feel so bad. I dove right into it and got yeah.
Same right here, Stephanie.
So behind.
I should look, be like, Stephanie, where you at?
Yep. So, and I don't know. After checking out the Black Friday sales, I might get Origami King. Haven't played that, and I want to get Voice of Cards. Did I say that right?
Yeah, Voice of Cards.
Voice of Cards. I see you tweeting about it, and I honestly was interested when I saw the trailer. So I'm not playing those two yet, but that's kind of next on the docket.
Yeah, Voice of Cards is like about probably like a 12-hour RPG. The first time to go through it, like it's really good. Dan, what have you been playing for Power?
I finally finished. Was I gonna say Chrono Cross?
Because of it's the Loxus.
Yeah. No, I meant
I
Crosscode. Crosscode is the I finished that up. That game was really, really fun. I definitely had to take breaks playing it though. Just because like those dungeons are so exhausting. They're not they're just puzzle focused. There's barely any combat in the dungeon. So like they last like 2.5 hours and you're just doing puzzles the whole time. So I had to like play it in three different attempts. So that was it was really rewarding. I loved the story. And then I picked up another indie game called Trigger Witch. It's exactly what it sounds like. You're a witch with a gun, and it plays just like Crosscode Light. So that was cool. It was about like an 8 or 9 hour game. Super fun. I have been playing Ocarina of Time on the N64 NSO. And like I have to throw out an apology to Ocarina of Time. I never badmouthed it, but I was always kind of lukewarm on it. And as I'm playing it again, I'm like, oh my God, this game is a masterpiece. It's so good. Like
that's right.
I am enjoying the hell out of it. It's been a long time since I played, but oh my God, it's fun. I tried the Metroid Dread demo. I just don't like Metroid games, and I'm glad I got to at least try Dread. It looked and felt and played really well. Just not my game. But
You
man,
did. Oh, you didn't buy it.
no, I just did the
Oh,
demo that released. Because I never really liked Metroid games. They kind of frustrate me, and
Mhm.
just kind of the genre of like backtracking and shooting walls and shit. Um, and then lastly, this one I'm excited about. I bought the Popeye game for $12. It is like the best, worst game I've ever played. It's so stupid. You walk up to Brutus and you punch him and you launch him like 500 yards into the ocean, or he punches you 500 yards into the ocean. And this is also very funny too. Like if you're standing there and you just hit the home button and like you scroll to the pictures of the eShop and go back into the game, it just automatically launches you into the sky and kills you off.
Wow.
So it's supposed to be like a remake or a remaster of the game from 1982. So you just run around collecting hearts and you eat spinach and punch a bird. And try to collect a high score. The graphics are like, they're really bad. Like, 1996, 97 kind of graphics. And overall, I'm having such a fun time with it. So,
So
Oh,
it's so bad, it's so good.
yeah, like I'm laughing the entire time. Like, you eat a can of spinach and then just punch a bird to the moon. It's so stupid. So that's what I've been playing.
And
And
then
a ton of Picross.
And then
Oh,
Ed,
go ahead.
before you go, do you mind if I read some playing with powers from the chat?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so we've got Lulu Sugaboo has been playing Animal Crossing all week. Totally understandable. Absolutely get it there. And then TMNT Dork has been playing Guardians, which I assume is Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep.
And a little shout out, JP Retrovaniacs is going to be picking up SMT5 for Christmas.
And
So-
socks.
And
Wait
socks,
to play
yes, yeah.
SMT5.
But
I
he
need
has
to-
been playing the Voice of Cards demo, so that's pretty cool.
JP Retrovaniacs. When are you streaming again so I can watch? I love having interactions, watching you stream and everything. Which is, I kind of miss you streaming. Voice of Cards. I guess I'll get into it. So, Voice of Cards, I did beat it twice. Because I had to get the true ending. There is a true ending to the game. It does have a new game plus to it, and what happens is that your game from the previous session does carry over with all the weapons, all the equipment, all the experience level. Your level kept at 30. So anything else that you get, you only just collect money and everything. They do have a I don't want to spoil it, so I'm just gonna leave that. There is a certain item that helps you make your second playthrough easier with it. But man, Voice of Cards is literally like in my nomination for Game of the Year. Like it's
Wow.
really up there. I didn't expect this RPG to hook me like that with it. And I truly loved it. Playing a little bit more Far Cry 6. I did pick up some games for my Switch that I am going to be starting up. Like Ease 9. I have that, but I haven't started or anything.
It's really good. I've been kind of intermittently playing it for a couple months.
Yeah. I got the Legend of Tian Ding. And been playing a little bit of Super Mario Maker 2. About to start making some more new levels, and then I'm gonna start the Flame in the Flood Complete Edition. I can't wait to start that. I heard a lot of good things with it, and of course doing my dailies in Streets of Rage 4, of course. But yeah, I'm going, like I said, Shin Megami Tensei this weekend. I'm making a list because I know we have the Boss Rush Network, the BRN's Game of the Year coming up. So there's some more games that I need to start playing and finishing, or at least get some experience before I start avoiding on some things. But that's going to be coming in the future. But for right now, that's all I'm literally playing on for Switch at this time. And everybody, that's going to be it for Nintendo Pow Block. Jacob, Dan, Stephanie, thank you guys for coming on the show, for playing the trivia. Jacob, where can we find you?
You can find me everywhere on the internet at Galutrad. That's Galutrad.
Stephanie, where can we find you?
At Klimov, KLIMOV _author on Twitter, and articles on bossrush.net.
Yes. And Dan, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at DCDM99.
Yes. You guys can find me on Twitter at TheBridgeCode. You can check out more of Nintendo Pow Block on bossrush.com. Check out our YouTube page, Boss Rush Games, where Nintendo Pow Block goes live on Wednesdays, and we go live on Anchor also on Wednesdays. So if you want to hear that for the podcast or any podcast apps that you guys subscribe to. With that, everybody, have a great week, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time on Nintendo Pow Block. Bye, everybody. Woohoo!
Bye.
Bye.